feel like I had some weird situations like that, and I feel like people start looking at you different, right? Like the energy be different after you're the villain now. Unfortunately, you're just gonna become the villain in some people's story. But you know what? That has nothing to do with you. They the one who was coming over here. Okay? Unfortunately, sometimes you have to make decisions that suck. You know, making new friends or just the idea of being alone. I can understand how that can be a lot and scare you away from the path that you're actually supposed to be on. Hey guys, welcome back to The Way Flowers Grow. I wanted to create a video that follows up the Dallas move video and how life's been pretty much being here. What's the love life looking like? Making new friends and all the things. If you haven't already, please subscribe, comment, like, interact with the video, share with the homie. And yeah, as that's gonna help me on my journey here as a new YouTuber. I appreciate it. And yeah, let's get into the video. And I understand how that can be like super scary. So I just invite you to dissect those feelings. Sit with them, really visualize and manifest yourself in that position already there in the new state, thriving. But I was ready for it because I visualized and I knew my potential. I knew that I was capable of doing it, and I knew that I was strong as hell. There was no way that I was backing out. Listen to your heart. Listen to yourself. Listen to your intuition. If your heart is telling you that this is what you want to do, but there's that little bit of fear that's holding you back, the heart is always going to weigh more. But yeah, I've been in Dallas already for a year and a half, I would say. And it's been a beautiful journey, let me tell you. Dallas is like the perfect balance. That's how I describe it. It's not New York, it's not LA or any of those like super big cities, but you definitely get your balance here. You get your city life, but you also get a peace of mind. And if you've been to Dallas, and you know exactly what I'm talking about, because you can find your things here. You can find your artsy things. You can find your food here. One thing about Dallas got some good food. Let me tell you, Dallas has amazing food. The people are super nice here, and I don't know. It's also really big on like entrepreneurs. It's like a city for entrepreneurs. You'll always run into someone who's out here hustling and running their own business, and that's something that I really thought that was important for me. I really wanted to put myself in an environment where I knew I was going to thrive, especially as a small business owner. I don't know, it's just a dope city. Like, I've met some dope people here. I've had some dope experiences already, and honestly, I couldn't have picked a better city. I can't even imagine going back to New York at this point in my life, for real. Like, I love New York. I'll always go back to visit home, but it's too chaotic for me. You know, like New York, living there at the time, and who I was at the time, like, it gave me so much anxiety, and my depression was high, and I just did not feel good. I was on constant alert, constant hustle mindset, constant just going all the time, and I did not want to live my life like that anymore. I was just like, I'm trying to go to Florida, so let's bounce to Florida. Went to Florida, and now I'm here in Dallas. If you watch my last video, then you know what my journey looked like coming here. You know, like, looking back at all of this, I feel like I had to go through those things. Like, I had to go through the heartbreak. I had to go through losing someone who was like a father to me, literally within the same time period. And it was crazy. Well, at least looking back at it now, I knew that I had to go through those things to become the person that I am today. The book was already written. This was already written in the book, okay? And without those experiences, I wouldn't be as wise or as strong or as joyous as I am today. Honestly, I would not be the person that I am if it wasn't for those experiences. And in the moment, we might not see it as those things, especially when we're going through tough times. We're kind of just going through the motions. But when you look back at your life and you're like, wow, I remember when I thought I couldn't get through that moment, and here I am, like, still living, still breathing, still going through life and figuring out who Jess is. One of the toughest things I had to go through, but also one of the most beautiful experiences I had the pleasure of experiencing. I don't like to look back and be like super fucking bitter about the situation, or like, because that doesn't do me any good. That doesn't do me any good. And I've spent a lot of time just like being in the trenches, being in the dark, feeling down about myself because of it. And that's my best friend. That's my dog. Like, I love them to death. But when you care about someone deeply, you care about their mental health, you care about their well-being, their happiness, and essentially just their entire life. Unfortunately, sometimes you have to make decisions that suck. Ultimately, you have to do what you got to do and let go. If it means that the other person is going to be happy, if it means that I'm going to be happy, and it doesn't mean you give up, it just means that you love them enough to let them go so that they can figure out who they want, figure out their path in life, figure out what makes them happy. And for me, that was enough to walk away. And who am I? Who am I to just stop someone's journey or be selfish about someone's life? You know what I mean? I think something that's really important in relationships is to be honest and communicate things, because at the end of it all, if you're not being honest and having those uncomfortable conversations, how will you truly open up and grow and be a better person, just like individually? Life will definitely force you to make tough decisions when you least expect it. But after the bulk of grieving happens, you will find that even after those experiences, you will face moments where you're reliving certain emotions, certain feelings. And I know that happened for me major, and I felt like that's when the work really truly started for Jess. That's when the work started, y'all. Let me tell you. That's when I had to really think about, why am I feeling the way I'm feeling? How can I get through these moments? You know, I can choose to like feel incredibly down, and I'm truly big on like, whenever you feel something, you feel it, welcome it in so that it can pass and you can get through it. But also, when it becomes repetitive, obviously there's work that needs to be done. So what does Jess want right now? Why am I feeling this way? I had to really face these feelings and not allow them to consume me. It was consuming me, okay? And I had just moved to a new state. I didn't want to continue feeling like this. So it was important for me to get out of my own way. I had to really sit with myself and be like, yo, like, what does Jess really want right now? I kept revisiting things that I wanted from the past that I still wanted. And just because things didn't work out with a person and those things didn't happen, it doesn't mean that you're not deserving of those things. I still want to do this. I still want to do that, etc. Like, I still want to get married. I still want to have kids. I want to do all the things. And you can imagine this like super cookie cutter like life with someone. But ultimately, I had to realize that the work started with me first. That meant loving who I became and giving grace to the person that I was, and not being so hard on myself, and really welcoming the different parts of myself, the different versions of all the things that make up Jess. Beautiful, it's beautiful. It's an opportunity for you to really like take control of your life and set boundaries and take yourself on dates, right? Like, being in a relationship with myself and really nourishing my spirit, nurturing my spirit. I did that for a while and it felt amazing, and that is just something that is essential to my life. Even being in a relationship, it's important that I continue to do those things for myself. So when that person does come around, you'll recognize love. I find love to be like a constant like learning and unlearning experience. and the choosing of each other every day. I promise myself that the next time that I find love, that it'll be even more beautiful than the last, and that it's in divine timing and just in alignment with the person that I am today. I think everything happens for a reason. Meeting my partner, all the things I did not expect it, especially at the time. Um, just part of my life. I always say this, and not to be like super boastful, but I always tell my partner, I'm like, yo, you met me at the prime time, at an essential, just very sacred part of my life. You met me at a good time, okay? Because I was doing the work, but I felt phenomenal and I was thriving. So yeah, baby, you got you got you got the best of me, let me tell you, okay? No, I'm joking. Not joking, ladies. It's probably like, I don't know, it's been a handful already times that I said love stinks, okay? But when you have that love and it feels tender and it feels raw and it feels like you don't really have to try, to me it's so beautiful to experience love. Even though, and isn't it so crazy how we just continue going back to love no matter how much it sucks to get hurt. It just really truly stinks sometimes, but we continue to go back. But opening up to a new partner sometimes can be challenging, especially when you've gone through so much, especially when you've done so much work on yourself. You create all these boundaries. You're just really standing on business this time. It got to be the right person, right? That's going to be coming in and adding lightness into your life and showing you parts of you that you didn't know, and really challenging you, but really also loving you deeply. Sometimes that can be hard because you tend to, at least with me and my experiences, like I was putting up walls. I was just like, nah, I'm not gonna accept anything less of X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? Sometimes that was tough because sometimes I would get in the way of love and what love was trying to do, right? Not everything you can control. You can't control everything. Shit is just gonna happen, okay? But the worst thing you could do is really block your own blessings, not give you the opportunity, the real opportunity to be loved. That's it about love, y'all. I could be here all day talking about love. But yeah, when I moved to Dallas, y'all, I was out. I was in the streets, okay? I was really not in the streets like that, right? But I was feeling myself. I was going out, putting myself in like environments that I wanted to be in. I really got into like DJing and music and just being surrounded by good vibes and meeting new people. At that point in my life, in that season of my life, I was ready to make friends and really open myself up in that way, to allow people in. And yeah, just have, I feel like making friends in your 30s, and this could just be me, but making friends in your 30s is not as easy, right? Because I feel like, again, you set all these boundaries for yourself. You've done all this work on yourself. You know who you are. You're a different version of who you are. And you just don't want to be surrounded by anyone, right? Like, you want to be surrounded by people who are intentional, who are genuine, who are just on a similar frequency, who see you, who are not afraid to see you, if you know what I mean. Good, bad, ugly, all the things, and hold you accountable, all the things. I definitely felt like I needed that or wanted that in my life. But something that I learned on the path of like meeting people here in Dallas was friendship takes work. 50-50, all right? Like, it's like building any other relationship, being honest and communicating and all the things. And I think something that I didn't realize moving to Dallas was that a lot of people wanted to connect with me while I was here, but I was still trying to figure out routines here for myself, like working from home full time now, running a business full time now, doing everything by myself now. So like making the time and like financially just like really getting myself right before I just splurging, right? it wasn't something that I was ready for real. At least like I thought I knew. I also wanted to be surrounded by people who didn't want to just party all the time. Like, I want to sit down, I want to have real conversations. Let's go to the bookstore. Wow, damn, do I sound like an old lady, y'all? Or like, am I getting older? But I want to go to the bookstore. Let's go for a hike. Let's go in nature somewhere. Let's do crafty shit together. Let's cook together. Let's like make real core ass memories as friends. The shit that I see now with the new generation turning up section, all that, I don't want none of that. I did that shit like in my my late teens, early 20s. Like, and I think that's why I'm not really wanting to be social sometimes, but I also want to stay my ass home and watch a movie or read a book or some shit. But here, friends I can be myself with, friends who respect your boundaries, just real moments. And your aura is just illuminating. You're gonna like morph to a light. You're going to attract people, all sorts of people, and people who do not have the best intentions or motives with you. Careful with that. Like, coming here, I was attracting folks where I was just like, I don't know about you. Hey, where you come from? Be honest. But yeah, not everybody can come. Better believe they will try. But again, your spirit is gonna recognize it and block it. Like, nah. It's funny because I feel like I had some weird situations like that, and I feel like people start looking at you different, right? Like the energy be different after, and then it's just like, I don't know, you're the villain now. Unfortunately, you're just gonna become the villain in some people's story. But you know what? That has nothing to do with you. They the one who's coming over here. Okay? But y'all, but friendship is weird in the 30s. I'm still trying to navigate that. Being new in Dallas, and like, I feel like your tribe eventually is gonna find you. And I don't know, I just do best with like just organic friends, like meeting people organically on the street, at a party, at a restaurant, I don't know, I feel like those friendships for me last longer. They're more genuine and authentic and real. I don't know. But then I met some cool ass people on Instagram, so I don't know. But definitely protect your energy either way. Dallas has taught me so many things since being here already. I am going to be 33 in March, and I'm excited just to see like where my journey is going to take me here. And I have so many big plans like being here, and I'm just open for the journey. I think that's something that's really important. I would say is like allowing yourself to be open, obviously protecting yourself always, but allow yourself to try new things, allow yourself to get to know people for yourself, allow yourself to give love a chance when you're ready, but also, like I said before, give yourself as much time as you need to figure out who you are. But yeah, thank you guys for staying. If you stood this long throughout the video, like I said before, if you can subscribe, like, or comment, that would be super helpful. I appreciate you guys, and don't be out here messing up people's day, okay? Don't be one of the ones, because that's ugly. Thank you for watching The Way Flowers Grow. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.